guys, Alessandro here from Spicy Moustache. As you can see here, this is part of my garden. This is a glass greenhouse. We managed to fit as many plants as possible in such a small space. From today on, I'm going to do a series of videos and teaching you all I know about plants. I'm going to talk about basil, the benefits of basil, like companion planting, how to plant it, why, everything about this amazing plant that I reckon it's like a must-have in your garden. As you can see here, I've got different planters, and what I tend to do is to plant different plants together so they can kind of synchronize and help each other. Usually I plant them like with tomatoes because, well, first of all, I think basil and tomato is the perfect combination. If you cook something and you mix them together, the smell like that they have together is just something that should go together. But other than that, there are different benefits. So as I said before, there are different reasons why I plant basil, in this case with tomatoes. One of the reasons is that it's a natural deterrent for different pests. So for like aphids, mosquitoes, hornworms that attack like the tomatoes, what I do, I put them in the same planter. They kind of cooperate, so in this case I'm not having any kind of pests on my tomatoes. Another plant that I tend to plant together with like basil and tomato is French marigold, in this case the tangerine version. Their roots communicate with the roots of tomatoes and basil, and they repel nematodes that could be really dangerous for your tomatoes. But I'm gonna discuss properly about like companion plantings in another video. The reason why it's so healthy, it's first of all, it's not exposed completely to the sunlight, but it's kind of covered by these tall tomatoes. So in this way, you avoid any kind of sunburn for your basil plant. Also, how I got the plant like at this stage, it's by topping the upper part of the plant. But what I mean by topping, so in this part, for example, I did a topping at a younger stage. So what happened, I had some new growth, and the main branch, it's now split in two main branches. Anytime that you top the plant, you can have two main branches. The reason why I top, it's first of all to have a more even shape of the plant, so all the branches are the same size. And another reason why I top it, because potentially from any part that you top, you could have a new plant. I'm going to show exactly what I mean by creating a new plant from a cutting. But first of all, the ideal point where you should cut, it's on top of regrowth. So at any node that you find regrowth, like here, 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 or even on the top. So as I mentioned, you could cut at any point where you see regrowth. So I'm just going to cut above the regrowth. So I'm just going to leave a small part of the main stem. Here we got all our cuttings ready to be cloned. What I do with a cutting like this is to simply remove all the lower leaves, like from here and here. Once it's cleaned, like the whole stem is completely cleaned with all the leaves removed, I just scrub a glass of non-chlorinated water. To have non-chlorinated water is really easy. You can just leave your water open air for 24 hours or use any product like EcoThrive. It's a really good one to remove the chlorine from your water. You just simply stick your clone into the water and leave in a semi-shaded area. If you leave it in full sun, you might risk to get sunburn over basil leaves. I will show you what happens after roughly 4 to 7 days. Lots of roots are coming out of the main stem. Once the roots are like 2 to 3 centimeters, you can then plant them in soil. This was planted roughly a week ago. Leaves are pretty big, super healthy. It's growing nicely. I could potentially top it already, but I'm just gonna wait till it gets to bigger size. So what I do with all my cuttings, once they're rooted and then I plant them in soil, I just place them around the garden in between other plants. The reason why I do this, it's because they attract loads of beneficial insects like ladybugs or lacewings. They are great for pest repellent. Just an example, a needled ladybird could eat up to 50 aphids from your plant. Once the basil flowers, to me it's not great to eat, just because it gets like a kind of a bitter taste. For whatever plant that I decide to kind of sacrifice, once I decide to let them flower, I don't really eat them. In case you're wondering how I'm having such big plants and a high yield at the end of the season, it's simply organic nutrients. It comes in a different range of products that you can apply directly to your soil, or you can mix it in water. I wouldn't feed anything full of chemicals in it, just because you have to think that whatever you feed to your plants at the end, it's whatever you're gonna eat. So I hope you liked today's video. I'm gonna do a few more in the upcoming weeks. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel. Thumbs up, always welcome. In case you got any questions, just leave it in the comments and I'm gonna reply to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week.